Hi everyone, I'm Amy McCaw and this is the Camp Spoopathon sprints for the night. I've taken over from Spoopy Hall to give her a little break and I'm joined by Kasha. I'm pointing to this side, I don't know which side you'll come up on for people watching Kasha. I'll point to both sides. I'm joined by Kasha, who is from Kasha's book Sematary and also has a horror channel, Kasha in Wonderland. This is my first ever time hosting sprints, so in advance I apologise for any technical errors are all mine. So we're going to be doing sprints until probably just after 10 o'clock UK time. I think we're going to do quite nice long sprints, about 45 minutes, maybe a short one at the end. And yeah, I think we'll just have a chat first of what me and Kasha are going to be reading, and then we'll go to the comments and see what you're doing. Oh, wow, there's loads of comments already. This is exciting. Okay, so do you want to start, Kasha, and tell us what your plans are for the sprints? Will you be reading or being productive or kind of a mixture?
Yeah, I need to read a lot because, as you probably know, I bought too many books. So I'm
Always the
gonna
way.
start two new books that I want to read. One I think I'm gonna read quicker, which is The Society for Soulless Girls,
Oh,
because
I
this
really
is
want to
a
read that.
YA. I got this one at Yelp, and the other one is The Polar Bears Club.
Oh, cool. So they're very different in tone, I would
Yeah,
say.
they're very different. I feel like this one I'm gonna read slower because I've picked in it and it has like notes and things, and the font is a bit tiny, but I really want to read it because so far I've enjoyed everything by Paul Tremblay. So I think in one sprint I will do this, and in the other one I'll do this one. So I get
Okay.
a jump start on both books.
Yeah, see, I've read Laura Stephen before, but kind of her funny, light-hearted YA, so it'll be interesting to see how that's different in tone. I'm still reading The Haunting of Ashburn House. If I don't finish this soon, I'm in danger of getting murdered on Spoopy Hall's board. It's a problem. I've not read anything yet, and I'm like almost halfway through this book, so I need to get moving. I'm hoping that there'll be lots of the prompts in this book so I can actually survive. So let's go to the comments and see what people are saying. And I'll try and see if I can remember how to bring them up on the screen. So we've got, oh, hi, Lottie. Oh, gosh, I think if I'm right, Lottie is reading my book, so absolutely no pressure there. It's the weirdest feeling to be on sprints and see people. I did see somebody live reading it once, which was like amazing. So hi, Lottie. And we've got Chloe. Hi, Chloe. So nice to see so many people here, like people's channels that I've watched, and they are coming to see us talk, so that's really cool, and to read along with us. We've got Brittany, hi. Please let us know in the comments what you are reading, how you're getting on with the map, if you're doing any better than Kasha and I. Hi, Lizzie. Oh, Spoopy, I'm going to put this on screen. Spoops has said, please be kind to me. I'm sure you will. I'm already feeling slightly more relaxed now I've realised that I can do this. Oh, hi. Thank you for coming to see us. Hi, Ellie. Oh, the comments are jumping all over. This is fun. Hello. Oh, hi, Chloe. So you're reading Meet Me in the Middle by Alex Light. So you want to get that finished. Oh, I don't know anything about that book. Are you enjoying it so far? Is it going to take off many of your prompts? I would love to know. Kit Kat, hi. Oh, I don't know whether people have heard, but I think Waterstones have been having some stock issues where books are taking a little while to come in. So hopefully, Caroline, you'll manage to get a copy soon. I have heard that it is on the way to being resolved pretty soon. Hi, Bethany. So Bethany's reading New York to Dallas. Oh, Deadly Romance prompt. See, I picked I've lost it. My Killer Vacation for that one, if I manage to get to it. I'll be interested to know if you like that, Bethany. I haven't heard anything about it, so that'll be interesting. Since watching you, I've kind of wanted to read more of that kind of thing. So I'd love to get more recommendations. Oh, yeah, you and me both, Spoops. I think that we're probably not going to last very long. I mean, Darcy might save the day and help me cover loads of the prompts. This is going well, I can't speak. Oh, I love Ink and Bone. I don't know how many prompts that cover. I hope that you manage to get it read and progress around the board. Oh, Lottie's got 50 pages left of Mina and the Undead. I hope we're still friends at the end of this, Lottie, and that you enjoy the ending of the book. Oh, Jade, I'd love to know what you think of Hyde. I'm assuming that's the Kirsten White book. Have you heard anything about that, Kasha? I've heard quite
I
mixed things
wanted
so
to
far.
read it because I like the prompt. I those kind of people I love when a group of friends, a group of strangers are just dumped somewhere. They don't know why they're there, and basically they have to survive. In this case, they are there, I think, to win a prize. They are, I think, spending one night at a fun fair or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because I was like, that is exactly my jam. And then I started hearing bad things. So
See,
I
I
still
don't know.
haven't bought it because I'm a little bit
Yeah.
scared.
I always like to judge books on what I think of them, but I do take in mind what other people say. And it's interesting how it's her adult debut, so I'm wondering what that'll be like. I did recently write an adult short story for the first time. It was interesting how I suddenly didn't have to hold anything back, and I just kind of let the gore fly, and it was quite fun and liberating. But it's a different mindset to write for a different audience. Well, hi, Izzy. Oh, I've heard such good things about She's Too Pretty to Burn. And I think I didn't realize how many books Wendy Heard's written. Somebody was reading them on one of the sprints the other night. They sound really good. Have you read any of them before, Kasha?
No,
I
maybe I
think,
should.
yeah, I don't know. I think they're thrillers. I'm not sure if they're YA. I definitely was told they were sapphic. They sounded really interesting from what people were saying the other night. Oh, Brittany's reading Verity. I haven't read any Colleen Hoover yet, and I've been told about Verity. So I've got that on my shelf and a couple of others waiting. I don't know how I'm going to feel about them yet, so it'll be
I
interesting
just
to see
read,
what
I
you've
think, a
got.
novella by her, and it was
Okay,
just not my vibe.
okay,
It
that's
was just
interesting.
not for me. So I feel like she might not be an author for me. I don't know if I will ever try something again, but maybe it's too much. I don't know. Maybe her style of adult romance, because there's always romance in her books. Maybe it's just not for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I do like a balance. I think I like the kind of thriller and horror elements to be in there as well as the romance generally. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether the romance kind of outweighs those things. So we've got Down Among the Sticks and Bones. I'm going to have to write all of these down because I've not heard of hardly any of these books. And then continuing with The Way with Children. Cool. Let's have a look. Oh, I see. That is one I've heard of. The Reckless Afterlife, Harriet Stoker. I absolutely love Lauren James's books. That's probably one of my favourite ones. I don't know whether you've heard of that one, Kasha. But
I've
it's
heard of
one.
that. I know that title, but I never bought it. It's too many
Yeah,
things to buy.
I know. It's really fun. So the main character ends up going into an abandoned building to take photographs, and she accidentally dies and becomes a ghost, and kind of falls in with
Beautiful.
the ghosts. Yeah, and she falls in with the ghosts who live in the building. But it's quite, I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but she sort of goes on a dark path, hence the reckless afterlife. She doesn't become this kind of sprightly, happy ghost. She becomes quite dark, and it's really cool. Um, oh, we're in this together, Jess. Haven't finished a single volume of manga or any other books this week. I wonder how many of us actually will survive. If anybody's got any further around the board than the first spot, please let us know in the comments. You can give us some motivation. Oh, well done, Ellie. So Ellie is doing better than us, Kasha. She's finished this
Yes.
book.
I only finished one book this week. That's been it.
Oh, it's a long time since I read Clockwork Prince. I do remember I really enjoyed those at the time, and got very invested in the relationships. Oh, hi, Caroline. Yeah, so if you go to Spoopathon on Twitter, there's information about if you want to join in. There's a map and some horror prompts that you can follow of things. They're not all horror, but they all have slight Halloween vibes, like thrillers and murdery books. But yeah, you can just use the sprints for whatever you want. I know Spoopy Hollett's very chilled about this sort of thing. If you want to use it to be productive or read other things, that's cool. I'll be interested to know what you think of Idle, because I do have that waiting on my Kindle. Oh, Horror Store, that's on my pile as well. It looks really cool. I love the format of it, that it's sort of a different size from other books. And I've heard it's set out like an IKEA catalogue, which is like strange and interesting. Yeah, Waterstone's table was apparently there are still quite a few shelves that are waiting to be restocked. Hopefully soon they will be. Oh, I don't know anything about Royal Assassin.
No.
Yeah, I don't have a cat, Kasha. I think you've had these problems as well, haven't you, with cats
Yes.
kind of interfering with things. Toddlers do the same thing. I was going to mention as well that my toddler's asleep in the other room, so if I do suddenly vanish and abandon Kasha, it's probably because somebody's screaming my name in the other room. So yeah, at least cats can't scream your name; they can just yowl and climb all over you. Oh, thank you, Chloe, for coming to be supportive. Well, I do. I love a heartwarming contemporary as kind of a palate cleanser between all the dark things. So that's
Yeah.
really cool.
I've been reading a little bit more romance lately because I feel like I have been reading only horror and thriller for so long without breaks that I feel like sometimes it's nice just to read something fluffy. So
Yeah, that's why I ended up picking up Heartstopper and thinking, oh, I'm probably going to quite like this, and absolutely loved it and bought all of them. I think I've left one still to buy because they're expensive.
hi
Yeah, and
Andreas.
yeah. Hi, Andreas.
Yeah, Heartstopper is like because I reread them before the show came out, and then I entered that kind of mood, and I just want that over and over again. So I'm just buying also a lot of like queer romance books, and I'm probably gonna read some the next months.
Yeah, I think if you get anything that has that Heartstopper vibe, I'd love to see a video about that actually, like things that you can read as well as Heartstopper. Oh, I like it when a book starts to pick up the pace and heat up. Lucy thinks
Oh,
that was interesting. Yeah, I think I'm going to pick it up and just see what I think. I'm getting better at DNFing books, so I probably will just start it and see what I think. Unravel Me, I haven't read that. Is that part? I think that's part of the Shatter Me series. I have read the first
yes,
book,
yes, it is. I also
which
never read them.
I really enjoyed the first one, and I don't. It's one of those things I don't know what happened where I just didn't get time to read the rest of them. There's too many things to read. Okay, so Verity is a
Um,
little bit different. I think is Verity the one that has an author as the main character as well, which I always find interesting to see. I read Misery recently, and it was interesting to see like people talking about writing in a book. So I will give it a go and stay open-minded. Thank you, Andreas. Oh, Lottie's Escape the Killer on the Top Half. That is great. I should have saved Galen really and done that. That's a clever move. Oh, thank you so much, Kit Kat. Ooh,
yes,
hi Shell. Tag Your Dead. You are going to love that book. I can guarantee you will love that. It is so fast paced and fun. And yeah, you read it recently, haven't you, Kasha? That was the one you
yes.
picked
I
up.
started
Yeah.
reading it actually waiting for Yog Day 3. I
Oh,
think on the line, and I finished it, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, definitely gonna read more by her as well. I saw. I think it was by her. No, no, it was Cynthia's book that was announced today. I think the new one, not
yeah.
Catherine's. It's Cynthia's
Yeah.
book.
Is it the Midnight Game? I think it's just been
Yes,
announced today.
yes.
Cynthia Murphy's new book, which sounds really, really good. Oh, cool. Mindwalker. I haven't read any dystopia for a while. I'd be interested to see what you think of that. Unravel Me is the second
Second.
book. And Spoops is reading Tag Your Dead as well. I hope you're enjoying it, Spoops. You'll have to let me know in the DMs where you're up to and what you think so far. Okay, I think we've caught up on comments and are about at the right time to do some sprints. So this is where I have to try and get the technical side right.
No
So
pressure, no pressure.
I know this is not my forte at all. Um, so, okay, we're doing okay so far. So I'm going to mute me and Kasha, and we will see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, everyone. Sorry about the loud meow. I was ready for it, so it didn't make me jump. Hope it didn't scare anyone. So, how did your reading go, Kasha?
Oh, I read 70 pages, so it's not bad.
Oh, awesome.
Not
I
bad.
think I read about 50, but I did have a slight toddler interlude, so I'm quite pleased with that. Mine is really kind of heating up. So, as I mentioned, I'm reading then The Haunting of Ashburn House, and it's got that real horror movie feel where I'm feeling really tense and quite scared. And in a horror movie, obviously that just lasts 90 minutes and then it's over. Whereas this is prolonged. It's an interesting thing. I don't think I've really read a book that feels quite as much like a horror movie before. But how are you finding your book so far?
I mean, I like it so far. It's still not too much that has happened, but I like the setting because it's like a school for girls, and like years ago, there were some people that died there under mysterious circumstances.
Oh,
So the school has now reopened, and one of the new students is actually going there to try to find out why her friend died because she was one of the victims. So she wants to kind of investigate and see what happened to her. So we follow two different characters, and yeah, so far it's interesting enough. So
oh,
good
cool. Do
choice
you
so
like?
far.
Yeah, good. Do you like the voice of the character? Because I always think that when I start a book, that's the thing that I'm like most invested in.
Yeah, there are two different characters, and the chapters are fairly short, and they are very different characters. So I feel like you always gravitate towards one more than the other. But I like to see both perspectives because both characters are very different. So I think that makes it also a little bit interesting.
Yeah, I like that. I think a dual narrator that's done really well, where it's a very distinctive character and distinctive voice, I think is like if it's executed well, can be amazing. I've decided that I'm gonna in the next sprints probably pick up the Forbidden Game, which is this month's Point Horror Book Club read. I absolutely love that cover. It's the original one I had in the 90s. If you're interested in point horrors, it's Point Horror Book Club on Instagram that does monthly lives, and I'm doing this one with Shelley, who runs it. I don't know, I'm still holding up that cover. I'm so mesmerised by it. But I remember this one being one of my favourites as a teenager. So if you're interested in trying a point horror, The Forbidden Game, it's a really good place to start. And I think it might give me a bit of a breather. I can still feel that kind of horror adrenaline rush going. I think I maybe need to calm down and read something more of the light horror variety. So let's head to the comments. So we have Andreas says that he's interested in reading Tag Your Dead. Let's spread it through the whole group and get everybody reading Catherine Foxfield. Hello, Yarn Reader. And What Moves the Dead? I haven't heard of that, but I love the title. Or have I heard of it and somebody else mentioned it? I've got a really terrible memory if I can't see the author's name with it. And let us know, Kelly, who the author is of that. Have you heard of that one, Kasha?
The name sounds familiar, but then again, I've seen so many titles, read so many titles. Sometimes some of them blur,
Yeah,
especially
I
if I
know
have
that
not
feeling.
read them. I feel like when I've read a book, I can remember it a lot better than when I have not read it.
Yeah, I know that feeling. And I think if I don't see the cover and everything attached with it, sometimes I can't like bring it to mind. Oh, well done, Lottie. So nearly finishing editing video is good work. I don't edit my own YouTube videos, so I'm always amazed by people who do it. My husband takes over at that bit. So I think that's a skill I still need to learn myself. Oh, awesome, Izzy. 40 pages is really good. And I hope you're enjoying the book. You have to let us know what you think of your reads, everyone, and what you're planning to read next. Because I'd love some recommendations to see if I can get through the map without being killed. Oh, so you joined us during the sprint, Tina. Well, if you'd like to join us the next one and get some reading or productivity done, that would be awesome. Oh, Brittany, I'd love to know what you think of Verity after another 37 pages. Comments are jumping all over the place. Oh, I hope you had some nice dinner and enjoyed watching YouTube. I've got so into watching so many channels now on YouTube, I just can't keep up with them. There's mostly booktube
Same.
and so much good content out there. Wow. Okay, so I'm reading the comments head. Ellie read 78 pages. That is impressive.
Yeah,
And
that's really
remind us
good.
what you're reading, Ellie, because I'd love to know what kept your attention to read so much. Okay, productivity is good as
Productivity,
well. That's what I
exactly.
did in the last Spoopathon sprints. Sometimes you just need to get things done. Oh, Jade.
She was
We
reading
get
Hyde, I think, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I wonder
I'm
if you'll
curious
finish it.
now. I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, you can let us know how it is, Jade. I want to know what that emoji means.
It's covering her mouth, I think.
Yeah, I know. Interesting. Snacking
Mm,
is good use of your time.
yes.
Also, showering, get whatever you need to do during these. Oh, George's reading When Lose Kill Die. I really loved that one. I got to read an early copy of that, so I read it quite a long time ago. But that's another Cynthia Murphy book, which who we also mentioned earlier. And yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
have
really
it
good.
somewhere here. Here.
Did you pick
This
that
one.
one up at Yalk as well? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yes, I did.
Ooh, I'd like to know how Horror Store is because that's probably the next Grady Hendrix I will pick up. Oh, well done, Jess. So that is awesome that you've managed to tick off so many prompts with one book. Maybe you can tick off read at night if you read a little bit later in the sprint. It's kind of nighttime now, I would say, even though it's not dark. Into the Promised Neverland. I remember you mentioned that on the other night sprint. I need to look into that. Michelle. So Michelle is the Shelley that I mentioned who runs Point Horror Book Club, and yes, definitely agreed. Yay, Point Horror. I read it in the 90s, which is when it came out, and I just loved them then, and I've started reading them again now, and they're so fun. Chloe's close to the end as well. I love that part of the book when it's all starting to heat up. Yeah, I haven't read it for a long time, so it's one of those things where, because I love the Forbidden Game, I'm hoping that it will still live up to my memory of it. And I know Shelley hasn't read it before, so there's pressure that the host of Point Horror Book Club will enjoy it as well. Oh, good. Shelley's enjoying Tag Your Dead. I'm going to have to tell Catherine Foxfield there's been a real theme of these sprints that everybody's
Yes.
reading her book, and we all love them. Oh, hi, Aileen. So, Aileen is the author of Big Bad Me, which comes out in October. I've almost finished reading it. It's a werewolf book with vampires, and it's really, really cool. No, that isn't what I was going to say about what Aileen's comment, but I just thought I'll introduce her to everyone. Oh, Rock Paper Killers. I keep seeing that on various places on social media. Is that the one, Aileen? You have to tell us. I think it's got different characters, and I'd like to know whether they are distinct and whether you can kind of follow. I always find it difficult, too many narrators. Yeah, Irish Summer Camp sounds pretty fun. Let's have a look. Agreed, it does sound fab. Well, see, Jade is enjoying Hyde, so that's good. We've got people on the side of reading Hyde for us, Kasha, so maybe there's hope.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to buy it, but even the paperback is like expensive. So if I don't know if I'm gonna like it, maybe I can try some chapters somewhere, see if I even like it before I buy it. That's how I feel about this one.
Yeah, I ended up with a proof that I swapped with somebody for something else. So my copy, I didn't have to pay for. If I like it, I will buy a finished copy. But yeah, at least I can see what I think of it first. Stay Sexy and Don't Get Murdered is a good title. I'm going to have to look into that. Yeah, I hope you managed to read some in the next sprint too, Vicky. Okay, 5-star prediction is good. So that's a solid start to the book. Interesting. Please let us know as it goes on if you still feel the same. Yeah, agreed. Cassandra Clare's books are quite long for me. Have you read any Cassandra Clare, Kasha?
No, I actually bought the Mortal Instruments and never read them. I'm considering like unhauling them because I've had them for years and they've just been there living on my shelves rent free.
Yeah,
And I don't know if I'm that person now to read and enjoy those books because I feel like maybe I just missed that time in my life where I would have really been into them. I don't know. Maybe I will make a video where I just try chapters from different books that I'm unsure about and see how I feel about them.
that's a
I
really
don't
good
know.
idea. Yeah, I mean, I read them probably when they came out, so I don't know how many years ago that is, but a long time ago, and I did enjoy them then. I liked the Lady Midnight ones because James Masters does the audiobook for book 2 and 3, who plays Spike on Buffy, so I don't really know whether I love the books that much or whether I just love James Masters, but yeah, I did like those. Death the Coupon Clipper. Some of these books have amazing titles. Miley Hollis and Claimed. Awesome. keep us posted. What do you think of those so far, Tina? We would love to know. Oh, Kasha, what did you say you were reading?
The Society for Soulless Girls by Laura Steven.
I feel like this is one we should read together, Shelley. Shelley and I have done many buddy reads in the past where we tend to read horror and thrillers and try and predict what's going to happen. And I think we're pretty good, actually, at trying to work out mysteries. Oh, Mind of Winter. Well, temperature outside more 30 degrees Celsius. It feels good to read a novel that begins on Christmas Day. Ooh.
I think I
Yeah,
have that one. Yes, I do.
quite like reading books out
I
of
have all the
season as well.
books.
Oh, cool.
I have it. It was
So you have
recommended to me as well but I've been keeping this to read it in winter, and then as you know, in winter you never pick it up, and then it's summer and spring, and you're like, no, but that's a winter book, and then it goes on like year after year. So this is my problem with this book.
I have so many seasonal
Yeah.
books as well. Like I have all
Yeah.
these cute winter romances that I like buy one a year and then don't read them, and they just keep piling up. Okay, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Scared of the unraveling. I think it's interesting when you can feel that's about to happen. Ooh, the Miss Peregrine books. They're the ones, they're absolutely beautiful, aren't they, with the photographs in them and things. I read the
Yes.
first one, loved it, and then didn't read any more, so you kind of made me want to get some more of them. I do this all the time. I start a series and get completely distracted and read something else. Oh, I feel like Chloe's making me want to pick Verity up now. I keep glancing it on my shelf. Maybe I'll start reading that in the next sprint, although I've committed to Point Horror, so I'm feeling conflicted now. Oh yeah, it's hard, isn't it, when you've got some books and you feel attached to them, but you can't justify the shelf space they're taking up. Well, I can't help getting Spike chat in. I feel like every event I do or question I'm asked, I manage to bring it round to Spike or Buffy somehow. It has to be done.
Well, someone actually mentioned in one of my videos today that there is a new Buffy book coming out that just came out, I think, 2 days ago. That it's supposed to be told from Spike's perspective or something.
Oh, I did hear about that. Literally,
so I immediately added it to my Amazon list. I was like, yes, thanks, please.
Yeah, somebody sent me that as well, and I was like, yes, I'm just gonna add that right there.
Yes.
In fact, I'd probably need to order it. Yeah, see,
look for the
James
name
Mast.
in case somebody's interested.
Yeah, cool, thank you. It's something about Fall for Love, I think, one of the Buffy episodes that he was in. Yeah, me too. If I see James Mast as a narrator, I just buy it. I ended up listening to like all the Dresden Files books, which are not my usual thing, but because he narrates them, I was willing to do it. Have you managed to find that name, Kasha?
Yeah, it's called Bloody Fool for Love, a Spike prequel by William Ritter. Yes.
Yeah, I have to read that. I just love Spike. He's such a cool character. My favourite vampire. So yeah, I'm going to need to read that book. Oh, there's so many comments. I'll try and read a few more and then we'll do another sprint. Okay, so Rock Paper Killers does flip POV a lot. I do find that hard, so Aileen, you'll have to tell me whether you think I can manage to read that one or not. But yeah, third person can be a little bit less confusing, I think. Oh,
yay!
Oh, thank you, everybody reading Mina and the Undead. That makes me feel very happy. Shelley was one of the first people to read Mina and the Slayers as well. She did a little read for me to check whether she could predict who the killer was and things like that. So yeah, that I do appreciate it that you're reading it again, Shelley. That must be a few times. See, Cozy Mysteries, people tell me that, and I like the sound of that because I think that horrors make me feel so stressed. I maybe need to check that out because...
Yeah, I started buying the ones with cats in the cover. But they are really cool, like Cozy Mysteries. I don't know if I have them somewhere.
Yeah, my friend Mia told me to buy some. I can't see any of them now, but she told me to buy a load that had like baking puns in the title.
Yeah, there are some of those that I also own, and they are so much fun. I mean, they're kind of cheesy and predictable, and mostly have some sort of love interest in it, but they're just they're just fun. That's what they're for.
I like books like that. If you know what you're going to get, and that's just what you're in the mood for, they're perfect, aren't they? Okay. Oh, okay. I think we've got through the comments. So I think we'll do another sprint. If everybody is okay with 45 minutes, I found that... Is that okay with you, Kasha? I think that works quite well for me.
I'm gonna try the Polar Bears Club. I'm a little bit scared because it looks like it has a lot of like notes, and it looks like somebody has been scribbling in the book and adding notes and things like that. So we will see. But I managed to read House of Leaves, so I mean, I'm ready.
I'm so impressed. I've tried to read that a couple of times and just gone, it's too dense. I can't cope.
You really have
Thank
to
you,
commit.
Shell, for saying that Mutant the Slayers is awesome. I'm just going to put the next comment up as well because Lizzie has said that she's adding Bloody Fourth Love to her wish list. I think we should all read it. Maybe that should be like a Halloween read along. I think I'm going to read Forbidden Game just as a bit of a light relief from the Darcy Coates. So I'm going to mute us now, bring the kitty up. I'm sorry in advance if it scares anyone.
Yeah,
By
I
meowing.
cannot do it. I have to put my headset away because the kitty, every time people use it, gives me heart attack.
I'm sorry if
I'm never
everybody
ready.
hates it. Please tell me if everybody hates it and I will turn it off. But for me, it just helps me to keep on track what I'm doing. So I'm going to add it. And we will start sprinting now. So we'll see you all in 45 minutes. Hello, everyone. Hope the cat didn't make you jump too much. I wonder how everybody's reading went. I'm just going to remove the little cat, actually. Oh, hi. So, how did it go, Kasha, for you?
It went well.
Oh,
Well,
good.
I'm reading slower because this one is like smaller font and I need to focus a little bit more on what's
Oh,
going
okay.
on. So I read like about 50 pages, but it's really good because I was reading and I was so into the book that I didn't realize the time passed so quickly. So I guess everybody knows what the book is about, but it's like we're in the 80s, which we already love. And basically these kids from school, they want to join a club. They don't know which one to look good in their applications for college. And they decide to create this pallbearers club, which is basically they go to funeral homes to attend funerals for people that maybe are homeless people, or they lived so long that they are the only remaining family member, so
Oh,
there's nobody. So basically these kids go to the funeral and attend the funeral, which is very
okay, like you
awkward.
do, yeah.
But there is a little bit of humor in the book as well, which I really enjoyed. And a girl just joined the club and she likes to take Polaroids, but also Polaroids of the dead people. So it's kind of weird
Okay.
because it does reflect on, death and really heavy topics. But then there's also a little bit of humor in it. So far, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I think that's why I've kind of held back from reading any Paul Tremblay books because people keep saying that I'd love them, but it's just that kind of grief and facing up to mortality thing of adult horror sometimes makes me a bit squeamish. So I don't know. I don't get squeamish about blood and gore, but things like that I find a bit harder to face up to. So I
Yeah.
ended up reading some of The Forbidden Game, and it's really interesting to reread this, like probably 25 years after I first read it. I've reread it over the years, and reading it this time, I've spotted how many sexual innuendos are, for one thing. I was like, I read this when I was 10 or 11, and I would have had no idea. Some of the descriptions of characters are a little bit dated, like occasionally, I don't know whether you get this, Kasha, but I read books written in the early 90s, and I'm like, oh, that's a bit kind of, we wouldn't describe people that way now. So I think if you can get past that in point horror books, like remembering the time they were written in, this one is really good. I've tabbed a scene already that describes the main character, Julian, whose eyes, he's the main antagonist, I guess, not the main character. It describes him when you see him for the first time, and he's just so beautiful. And I think he was probably one of my first bookish bad boy crushes. He's like terrible and amazing at the same time. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I hope you enjoy it, Shelley, when you get to it, if you're still watching. So let's go to some comments. I am going to set the timer for 30 minutes for the last one. Starting to wind down. I can feel myself lagging a little bit. So yeah, we'll probably finish at about 10:15, I think, UK time. So, the Beach Bum Bookworm. So Cozy Mystery Recommendations channel. I'm definitely going to write that down because, as I said, I think Cozy Mysteries are ones that I need to get into Beach Bum Bookworm. Thank you for that recommendation. So next one. Oh, so Books on a Wire is getting Mina and the Undead hopefully
Oh
tomorrow.
yeah.
There has been anybody else who's seen this. If you try and buy Mina and the Undead from international Amazon, there was a weird problem where it got linked to the Sudoku book. They don't seem to be sending that out anymore, but they can't take it off the listing. It's really weird. So hopefully you will get a vampire book and not a Sudoku book for children. Please let me know how it goes. Halloween read along. Yes, I think we were talking about the Spike book, weren't we? Somebody remind me that I've said I'll do that and I'll try. I've really enjoyed doing these sprints, so maybe I'll do some live reading of it or something like that if anybody else would like to join in. Oh, hi Michelle, joining in, ready to start sprinting immediately. I'm getting so into sprinting now. I think I'm getting a little bit addicted because I don't get that much reading time with my toddler, so if I can kind of dedicate reading time, it's really good. Oh, thank you, Elliot. I'm guessing she might have already gone, but thank you for joining us. Oh, hi, is it Jana? Thank you for coming to join the sprints. Hopefully you can get some reading done in the last one. Oh, yeah, Amazon are just, the way they list some of the books is a little bit interesting. I think it's when it isn't Amazon themselves selling it, it's people who've put it on there. And, people just write whatever they want to. Oh, Lizzie, nice. 54 pages is really good, especially because I seem to remember I read that one quite slowly. I think there's a lot of detail, so it's amazing you've read that much. 44 pages of She's Too Pretty to Burn. Let us know whether you're enjoying that one, Izzy. I'm tempted to get hold of that. Don't worry, Lottie. So hopefully you can get a little bit of reading done in the last one. Maybe the last 50 pages of Mina will keep you going at this late hour. Okay, well, let's hope that Andreas and I are right and you will get the right book. Oh, yeah, Shelley, you are going to love Julian. He is like... Shelley's type of point horror boy is normally the kind of cute, funny ones. I normally like the dark ones and like creepy, but I think everybody will be intrigued by Julian, certainly. Oh, 43 pages of Down One Stick and Bones. Please let us know when you finish it in the next sprint what you thought of it. Oh, okay.
Oh
So
no.
this was Hyde, wasn't it? I
Yes,
think that this
yes.
book is taking you on a real ride, Jade. I'd wonder if you can get 60 pages read in the last 30 minutes for us so you can tell us what it's like, the final definitive review. Yeah, Lizzie, I think that I'm with you there. I don't know how to fit reading into my day. So yeah, audiobooks are good, but definitely sprints are very good for focus. Oh, awesome, Jess. I hope that ticks off lots of prompts for you. Everybody let us know how you're doing with the prompts, because I think I'm going to have to be quite creative with the books or book that I'm going to probably have read and hopefully tick off as many prompts as possible. We've got another comment just popped up. Oh, cool. So Tina's got a 4-star read. I wonder how many prompts it ticked off. Let us know, Tina, if you're doing Come Spoopathon, if you think that you will have got any further around the board. Has anybody completed it yet? I haven't spoken to anyone yet who's managed to successfully beat the killer and get all the way safely to camp. So yeah, let us know if you have got any further than us. So that was quite a short chat. Is there anything else you want to say, Kasha? I think I may be ready to jump back on another sprint.
Oh no, whatever you want. I think also for me, like sprints help me. Sometimes when I see somebody doing sprints, I'm like, I'm gonna do it. Like I take it as a commitment. Like, I have to participate. And then I can focus better. Like if I try to read by myself, I get distracted really easily. And I cannot focus as well. So I just use sprints as well as much as I can when I see people doing sprints. So I should do them more often as well. Kind of forcing
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use them for productivity because I am starting to draft a new book fairly soon. I'm kind of in the plotting stages of it at the moment. But I think that having that like half an hour, 45 minutes really focused, I would probably do more than sitting there for 2 hours, just kind of, like you said, getting distracted. So yeah, I think maybe I'll start doing some weekly productivity sprints. I think it could be really good.
It would be
Stretch
good
those
for me
prompts.
too if you do them. I will join.
Yeah, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to do it. Lottie, I'm definitely going to be stretching those prompts like as far as they will go,
Yeah.
definitely. And we've just got a couple more comments and then we will get to the final sprint. During last sprint, stuff become more tense, which definitely makes it more interesting. How it's slightly annoying if one POV is more tense than the other. Yeah, I find that as well. Like Kasha said, when I'm reading multi POV books, quite often I've kind of fallen in love with one of them and then I'm like skipping through the one I'm not as keen on because I want to get to my favourite character. I didn't do the prompt in order, but I've made it through all. That is impressive. I think I might need to do the same because some of the later ones I can probably tick off with the book that I'm reading now. Oh, cool. You're going to have to tell me what those are about. I'm so into the idea of readathons at the minute, but I'm just completely clueless. So yeah, please let us know if there's running for this month, what is involved. I would love to know. Oh, okay. So the readathon, there are different prompts, and I think the first one is ghostly. There's one about thrillers, and there's one about murder on the path that I'm doing. And there's 2 options that you can choose through the game board. If you go on to Spoopathon on Twitter, there's all the information in the pinned tweet. And basically, you just have to get safely back to camp without being murdered by one of the murderers on the board. So yeah, the books all do have a kind of a spooky slant, but Spoopy, who runs the readathon, is very kind of chilled about the rules, so feel free to kind of bend them a little bit. If you think there's some slight hint of murder, then go for it. You can kind of tick that one off. And there are bonus prompts, things like featuring queer characters, and I think reading at night, a couple of others. So there's ways you can earn extra points, and you can actually sign up and kind of track your reading through all the information on Twitter. So yeah, I hope that helps. And I know that Spoopy does various different spoopathons through the year. So if you've missed this one and you don't feel you can do it, there are going to be future ones as well. So I think that's everything I wanted to say. Maybe while you're sprinting the next one, let us know in the comments what you're planning to read next. If you're still committed and you think you're going to get to the end by the end of Spoopathon, And yeah, I hope you enjoyed last sprint. We will come back together in half an hour and see how everybody has done with their reading. So let's have a good final sprint, everyone. Have fun. Hello, how did everybody do in the
Hello.
last sprint? I did really badly. I read about 5 pages and then watched Lost Boys for half an hour. So, it depends on your version of bad, but I was quite happy with that. I've been wanting to rewatch it for a while and I just thought I was going to go for it. I was really tired. So, how did you get on, Kasha?
Oh, it's good. I read, I think, under 30 pages or so. It's starting to get more interesting. Some stories are being told. So basically, the book is a memoir written by one of the people that attended this club.
Oh, okay.
And then another person that attended the club is reading it and making notes and saying
Oh,
this was not
okay.
true, or like you made this up or changed this. Like they're making notes on his memoir about what happened. So it's quite interesting.
Oh, I love that. You make me want to read it now. Although the subject matter still makes me squirm a little
Well,
bit.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell it to you. There was
Okay.
something mentioned now about vampires. I'm just leaving it
Okay.
there.
Yeah. You're going to convince me, I think. Maybe I'll read a little bit on my Kindle and see if I can handle it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to just work through the comments and then we will wrap up the conversation. Okay, so talk about the readathon. The Benchathon, it's a whole month readathon with no prompts. It's like a catch up to read books you're meant to read. That sounds really good. I probably need to do that, so I'll definitely look into Benchathon. And then we have Witchathon. It's a readathon where you are a witch and choose a coven and read pages for your coven via a bingo board. That sounds really fun too. I'm going to have to make a note of all of these so that I can try and jump in on them. Okay, so the interior monologue by the main character draws you in, get advised superstitious, and something feels off and Ray can couple travel to Siberia to adopt a child. Really interesting. Is that one that you said you have, Kasha?
Yeah. I bought
Uh,
it because I saw somebody recommending it, and I've been waiting to read it in winter, but then I always forget when it's winter time.
I keep thinking that I need seasonal shelves to help me to avoid this problem because it
True.
happens to me
True.
all the time. Oh, there wasn't that much in between sprints chat. Maybe you can go back and watch it a little bit later if you want to. Yeah, I understand the pet thing. I have a toddler, so I can relate. They kind of do similar things to you and throw you off track. And let's see. Ooh, so you could tick off the thriller prompt if you're doing Spoopathon. Like a book that turns into a thriller unexpectedly. I haven't heard of that. I'm hoping I can get these comments back afterwards so I can go through all these recommendations. Oh, thank you for coming and watching. I've really enjoyed it. It's been lovely chatting about books and having some reading time, some vampire watching time. Oh my gosh,
Oh no.
Lottie.
Mute us, leave us.
Yeah, I was going to
Finish it.
say, I want to know what you think by the end.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Everybody's doing so well in half an hour. I really failed in that last one. Oh, thank you, Lottie. That's really good. I enjoyed, well, I say I enjoyed writing them. It was really hard to pull off, but yeah, I'm glad that it came together in the end. Thank you.
Oh no.
Oh, my
Cat
toddler
problem.
doesn't do that, luckily, but yeah, unexpected things that pets do. Oh, sorry, Izzy,
Oh
but
no.
also well done. I'm trying to add up those pages. You seem to have read a lot tonight. It's good that it's really kind of, I nearly said heating up now, and it's about witches burning. Sorry about the terrible pun. 45 pages is super impressive in half an hour. 60 pages? Like, honestly, you lot are all doing so amazing. My few pages is looking even more shameful. Oh, that's awesome. Well done. I'm glad that the sprints are useful. I think I'm going to get hooked on this now and end up doing it like at least once a week. Oh, made it back to the cabin. Well done. So you may be the person. I think we've had 2 people so far who've survived the horror movie, so the rest of us are goners. That is it.
Yeah. Well, there can only be one survivor girl, right? One final
Well,
girl.
yeah,
That's
this is
all.
it. So maybe you two who've survived so far will have to battle it out. Oh, and you're going to try and finish the other path. That is so cool. I think I'm barely going to complete one, if that. Oh, thank you for coming. I'm sure we will do more together. I can feel that you're getting hooked too, Kasha. Like, that's it, isn't it now?
Yeah, I mean, I love to join to like to do them, but also just to be on the chat as well, like all the time, because I feel like then I see it as a like something that I have to do, which sounds a little bit silly, but then like I sit down and I enjoy seeing everybody's comments and what they're reading, and they remind me of books that I want to read. And I don't know, it's more like interactive, so you don't feel so by yourself.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
motivates me more to read, you know?
Yeah, it's really cool. And like you said, I think maybe joining in on other people's sprints will probably do as well, because I don't have to, like, look vaguely presentable if I'm just sitting there reading the comments. Oh, I'm glad you made a good start on your book, Lizzie. Thank you for coming to the sprints. Thank you, Michelle. I think I'm going to have to get ready for bed really soon too. Thanks,
Oh, she did
Lottie.
it.
That is a really nice way to end the day, that you loved it. Thank you so much. And not too long for the second book now. Oh, thank you. I've really enjoyed that. I'm going to keep reading the comments just while I kind of wrap up. Oh, sorry, I just realised my fan is on. My husband's pointing. Why is it making such a noise? My fan is unplugged now. You might be able to hear me better. I've really enjoyed that. Thank you. It's been lovely to get loads of recommendations and chat with you. Thank you so much, Kasha, for joining me. Again, I'm not sure which side of the screen you're going to appear on,
Thanks for
but thank
inviting
you.
me. I
Yeah,
needed
thank you.
to get into some books. I'm glad that I started these two, so now I have to finish them before the end of the week. That's going to be like my challenge.
You do,
So
no
now
pressure
I'm
at all.
motivated.
And thank you, Spoopy Hall, as well, for giving me the opportunity to get involved with Camp Spoopathon. So this week I've managed to be on my first sprint and then actually host one. And I don't think there've been too many huge disasters. So thank
No,
you.
you
I did.
did great. You did great. It was
Thank
amazing. It was
you.
perfection.
Thank you. I
So
had a husband kind of helping me and saying, you didn't turn the cat off or, put the cat back on. So yeah, it's good to have an assistant to help me. I think one more comment's popped up. Oh, it's Lottie. Oh, there's already pre-ordered the second book. Thank you. And these
yay.
sprints are also good for my ego. So, this winner all around. Right. I think I'm going to wrap it. Oh, there's people saying thank you. I feel like I can't go until I've got through everyone's. Thank you for coming, Lottie. Oh, and thank you. I don't feel like a pro. I'm glad it appears that way. Right, I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Lizzie. It's just saying thanks too. I will be doing this again. I'm hooked now. That is it. So stay tuned on my social media. I will let you know when I'm doing it again. Let me know if you'd like to come on as a guest to have a chat with me. That would be really awesome. Thanks again, Kasha. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm going to end it there, but it's been really nice chatting and reading with you. So have a good night, everyone. And thank you, Kasha, for staying up so late for us.
All good. Good night, guys.
Thank you, night. And thank you. Oh, Shell just said thank you as well. Night, everybody. Thanks.